Hello, this is Big Man Rotten, and yesterday, as on 8th of May 2014, which might not be yesterday when I record the later parts, but whatever, MikeyAngryBird made his next reaction video, this time on Crash Team Racing, or Crash Bandicoot Racing as it's known in Japan. Anyway, he is basically doing his reaction video on my review on CTR, which was actually a pretty good review. Now, I think it's review 26. I think. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 26. Yeah, it's review number 26. That's nice to know. And I'm so unorganised, I'm sorry! So anyway, the game came out on September 30th, 1999 in North America, October 20th, 1999 in Europe, and December 16th, 1999 in Japan. Now, what is it with the early Crash Bandicoot games coming out in December in Japan? Well, anyway, it came on PSN October 18th, 2007 in Europe, June 11th, 2008 in Japan, and August 10th, 2010 in North America. So, yeah. Anyway, the game was originally going to be Crash 3, but then they thought it strayed too far from the original formula, so Crash 3 turned into a platformer. Then they went back to this and made it, well, a racing game, like they planned, and they finished it. And the game has received very positive reviews. It's just like the previous Crash games, and Stimpyland claimed in his review on the game that it was his second favourite game of all time, even though I think it's his third favourite now, since he's played Spyro 2 and he says that's his second favourite. But anyway, who the beep cares, let's just watch this reaction video. Looks like he has some background music from, like, the Angry Birds TV show, I guess. That's just a guess. Or is it just a random song? I have no idea what the beat the song is. Just let you know, my name has no capital letters because this is YouTube. You have to spell someone's name right. I put every single capital letter in your name because it's on your YouTube name, but mine has no capital letters, so just remember that. So he's got Diddy Kong. I do not have a plush Diddy Kong, but I do have a Connects Diddy Kong. That's true. And, oh no, you do realise what he's showing us, right? He's showing us, right? Wait, how the beep did you get here? Sorry about that, that just somehow got here.
What is wrong with you doing here? Well, I don't think so. What the heck is this that he's coming from? Get out of here. Yes.
You too, my copy of Frozen. You too.
So, yeah, me and Diddy is here. This is MikeyAngryBird's, not MikeyAngryBird's. Because
Is he finally calling himself MikeyAngryBird without the plural? Yay! Looks like he's learning his English.
Hey, just without the S. Just MikeyAngryBird. So today, we should do a reaction to Crash Team Racing, aka CTR, Crash Team Racing, aka Crash Bandicoot Racing,
aka CBR, Crash Bandicoot Racing, although that doesn't sound nearly as good as CTR.
or Crash Bandicoot Racing.
Was that meant to be like a kiddie version of saying the game's name?
Yeah. So, I'm going to do a reaction to Big Man review of Crash Team Racing, aka Crash Bandicoot Racing, or Crash Team Racing. Yeah,
That is very weird.
yeah. And this year...
Looks like he likes Big Bang Bot Claws. He gives every little kid presents, particularly video games.
I will be reviewing a video game for Christmas! And what am I going to review this year for Christmas? Well, that video game is an amazing car race on the PS1 known as CTR, Crash Team Racing. AKA Crash Bandicoot Racing!
I'm pretty sure I can do a better job than you. Okay, let's try Crash Bandicoot Racing! Hopefully that was better.
Yeah, get it? Quashy Bandicoot Racing?
It's not Quashy Bandicoot, it's Crushy Bandicoot.
Yeah. So let's always talk about a release date.
Which is the bit that I'm going to skip.
For the real deal. Crash of the 3-year development. Ultimate the Wii. For the Wii trailer. One off development shortly after.
Did he literally just, you know, show us a bunch of Mario Kart games? Okay.
Crash 3, and Naughty Dog had a contract with Universal where they could only make 3 games, but it wouldn't end till January 2000, so they made one more game. That's more than 3, by the way. So they made this game as a result, and yeah, this game is great. It received many positive reviews, and yeah, let's go. Maybe it's false. It actually says praise by critics for its gameplay and graphics. Through the audio was meant with mixed options. A direct sequel called Crash Natural Cards, which is released in 2003 for PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, Xbox, and say it. Okay, let me see. Crash Team Racing.
I will make a review of Crash Natural Kart one day. I promise.
Oh, and also Crash Team Racing, which was released back on Halloween 2005 for the PS2 and Xbox. Crash of the Titans and Act. To this game! Our story begins in a nice, peaceful place where there's a race and a trophy prize, and then
In a country, on a planet, on a track, in a galaxy, in a universe, it's just so complex.
Something happens. We travel all the way into outer space. Then we meet someone, and he will explain things.
Well, he's never heard of Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic Hedgehog.
Excuse me? Are you too fast and turbo? Oh, sorry, Diddy Kong, I'm very sorry. You're too fast and turbo. What an idiot. Just, can you watch Turbo? Maybe you didn't have a brainless, I'm sorry. Idiot. How many idiots have said that nitro oxide is faster than Turbo? Who's the fastest racer in the galaxy? Not Turbo, who's the fastest snail of all time.
Actually, the fastest thing alive is Sonic, even though that's a lie, because Sonic goes at the speed of sound and light is 1,000,000,000 times faster than... Like, okay, I don't think it's 1,000,000,000 times faster, but it's like 1,000,000 times faster. Yeah, I think light is 1,000,000 times faster than speed, and, I mean, sound, I think. And that's not me exaggerating, but 1,000,000,000 is definitely exaggerating.
Well, you've never heard of Sonic the Hedgehog, haven't you, Oxide? No, you have not. So basically, the story is that Oxide wants to destroy Earth, and he gives them a...
I don't blame him. I want him to destroy Earth as well.
A fair competition. So basically, if Earth wins, he leaves us alone. But if he wins, he will turn the planet into a car parking lot.
Yep, a parking lot. I won't mind that, because this planet can be annoying sometimes.
Parking lot. And then he travels to Earth. Yeah. He's not too fast and turbo, you little son of the building blocks or biscuits. Just to make sure that this happens. So I already watched watched the first film, like, where that awesome quote said that Mr. Potato Head said, so in the middle building blocks. Yeah. So, watch that film.
He had to explain that reference.
On Blu-ray, or if you get that Ultimate Edition, you get the 3D version. Well, not the 3D version, just the regular Blu-ray version.
This is the race for the fate of our planet. Yeah, that's the story, guys.
Oh god, that's...
And I want to see how the Japanese manual explains it, so let me just get the manual, and then I can look. Okay. So I guess that this is the page that explains the story. One page, cute Japanese artwork, a cool looking oxide, and a bunch of Japanese text. Okay. And that seems like all the story you get in the Japanese manual. I did it just because I did it in my Spyro review, so why not do it here? Never mind. This used to come in a this was originally in a broken case, but I managed to replace it. It's not really that hard. And now I'm satisfied with what it looks like.
pretty creepy. Coco is a robot. He's a robot right now.
Coco's not a robot. Oh. What the beep are you talking about?
Yeah, did he call? I thought he's a robot. She's a robot. Maybe she looks creepy as she looks like a robot. No, like she's just a regular bandicoot. Girl bandicoot. Not confused with Tana.
The story may not be that good, but at least there's a story unlike America, and it's about the fate of the planet. What kind of story does that sound? It sounds like an epic tale between Earth and Oxide.
I wonder what planet Oxide comes from, though. The place where carbon dioxide comes from? Does he come from Trionia because carbon dioxide comes out of, like, trees, or trees produce carbon dioxide, so maybe it was created by a tree in a place with trees, which isn't our planet, or just this planet. I don't know.
Yeah, but remember, the gameplay's more important, and let's
or is it Oxidia? Oh, I don't beeping know.
move on to the great gameplay. In this game, there are a bunch of modes. There's Adventure, which is the Adventure mode, Time Trial, which is the Time Trial mode, Arcade, which is the Free Race mode, Versus, which is the Multiplayer Battle, which is the Multiplayer Battle, High Score, which is High Scores, and Language is Language. But there's a cool thing about the
But not in the US version, but only in the UK, or Europe if you are England, or Ireland. Irish drinking, whatever it is.
and
Yes, the cheat I'm about to show you to have no language only works in the PAL version. That means if you live anywhere in Europe, you can use this cheat. And I'm pretty sure you can also use it in Australia, because they also have the PAL version.
you can
Danish, Italian, Espanol, Netherlands, or German.
Netherlands is Dutch, not German. Deutsch is German.
press the triangle button when the game boots up and asks.
Or if you don't care about that racist stuff, not Nazis, that's racist. And it goes, if you remember that from last time, Pac-Man World, I told you, but I'm not racist. Like maybe Black Yoshi's racist. Boopa, what are you doing here? Oh, sorry, Black Yoshi. Sorry for the racist stuff.
Now, when it comes to Nazis, I like the word Nazis. I'm not saying I actually like the Nazis in general, I just like the word Nazi. That's all I'm saying. It's racist that you said that Netherlands is German when it's actually Dutch, which is not German. Well, they're similar languages, but they're not the same.
Substitute for a language, and what when you do that? You don't get a language, so in case you don't want a language, you got the option. So, thank me for telling you, but unfortunately this is only the PAL version and not in the NTSC version, so if you don't live in Europe, you're unlucky.
And also, the bosses' heads get swapped around if you play the languageless version, which is pretty weird.
That evil voice is so hot.
Yeah, my evil voice is hot.
This is why the European version, if you have a European PS1, PS2, or PS3, but, you know, you don't have to do that, but I'm just being weird now, so goodbye. You start the game with great characters. You have Crash, Cortex, Tiny, Coco, Engine, Dingo Dial, Polar, and Purra.
And there are a lot more playable characters that you can unlock. I mean, there's the bosses, which is Ripperoo, Papu Papu, Komodo Joe, Pinstripe, and there's also Fake Crash, Entropy, and Penta the Penguin, who, unless you're playing the European version, is practically useless. So, yeah.
Now, Crash and Cortex are average.
Second in the A. I love average.
I just love the way how he says he's like, I love average. Like, he's not even acting, as in he's not even trying. I just love that line.
I love average. That cat.
You're doing even more lifelessly than Cat Chris did.
Cat Chris joke.
I love average. I wonder how lifeless that was compared to the original thing.
Loved it.
Tiny and...
For the PS2. And also GameCube and whatever that is. Something. Maybe I need to research one.
Dingo Dial are fast, but they turn horribly.
According to the game.
Because they're idiots! Fools! You idiots!
How dare you call Tiny and Dingo Dial idiots? You're the idiot for calling them that.
Coco and Engine accelerate fast.
Or faster. Which is often why people use them for speedruns.
And Polar and Purra are slow, but they turn amazingly.
All according to the game's selection thingies.
Amazing is yeah. Maybe who's the fastest? Nitro Oxide wasn't meant to be
The fastest character, in the European version anyway, is Penta the Penguin.
playable character, but you can't get it because of the game. And because it's removed, because maybe he could broke the game and then the PlayStation 1 explode, and then the whole entire world getting revived by Godzilla.
I don't think that'll happen if you put in an actual Game Shark cheat code into Crash Team Racing to play as Oxide. The game has in-game codes where you can, like, get infinite power-ups, unlock characters early, and play the Spyro 2 demo, but in order to play as Oxide, you need an actual cheat device, and not just a code on the main menu. And the game will get crazy if you play as Oxide, but it won't explode your PS1 and make the world end.
There are also a few more characters, but I'll get into them later. In the game, there are 5 hub worlds. You have Beach World, Land Place where Oxide stays, Ruin World, Snow World, and last but not least, Castle World. Each hub world has 4 tracks. Well, except for the place where Oxide is, but whatever. And by the way, I know that these hub worlds have real names, but I really don't care about their real names.
I just like cliche names.
Now, when you enter the races, you have to race in these tracks.
Obviously, you which is me. 2 things. 1, I am planning to do a Let's Play on Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour, And second, please can you make your top 10 favourite giant exploding robot reviews? If you're not going to make it, please tell me why you're not going to make it and not just ignore me. Okay? Let's watch this thing, and I think this is where we got up to last time.
The place where Oxide is, but whatever. And by the way, I know that these hub walls have real names, but I really don't care.
Oh, I'm sorry that the audio isn't at its normal volume, or its good volume. There we go.
Well, their real names. Now, when you enter the races, you have to race in these tracks.
Obviously, you as in myself, so obviously my or me oh, I don't know what to say in this thing or this situation.
When you win these races, you will be awarded with...
Oh god, that hot Bandicoot. Oh wait a minute, she's hot. Not Coco, she's that the other Bandicoot. The she Bandicoot is hot. Yeah. Okay. I'm not a weird guy always saying that some girls are hot than the other girls. Gosh, I'm not a pervert.
Some girls are hot, some girls are cute but annoying, which I'm not going to go too into, and other girls are just girls. But I'm still glad for their existence, otherwise none of us would exist right now.
A golden trophy. You'll get a golden trophy when you win. Once you've got all 4 trophies in a hub world, you will face a boss. The boss is in each hub world for the biggest world.
You're terrible at the Ripperoo laugh. I've told you this before, but I don't beeping care.
The ruins world.
Are you going to make a stupid purple joke like I think you did before?
Komodo Joe for the snow world.
And not Komodo Joe. I still can't believe I said that in my Crash 2 review. That my old reviews were just terrible. Before Disney Golf, they were just awful. Crash Bandicoot reviews and the Super Smash Bros. Melee review was better than everything before that, but they were still terrible.
2000 period, Cortex Strikes Back with his brother.
And Pinstripe Pottery for the castle world.
Still in the maybe he's cafe or something. Then he's like,
Why are you talking about cafes and pinstripe at the same time? It makes no beeping sense. Maybe I need to pay more attention.
I say I need to race these guys because I want vengeance.
And I think
Actually, the characters are racing these bosses because, not because they want vengeance, but because they want to keep the planet safe. And this game confirms that Crash Bandicoot is set on Earth.
you guys should know where Oxide's hideout is right now.
He's so powerful. He's the toughest boss ever. He's a tough.
Actually, Oxide is actually pretty easy, because if you know the shortcut in Oxide Station, he is pathetic. But he can be tough if you're not trying to do it, but I always take the shortcut, because 1, it's not that hard, and 2, it makes the boss beep easy. Pee-pee easy.
Toughest boss. But not compared to that, the Neverhood Seafrog Skull Monkeys with this monkeys that Swift Skull Party.
Well, if you've played Skull Monkeys, then why don't you show us Skull Monkeys? Maybe it's because he has it on his computer and he can't show us, or he just has it on some piece of hardware and he can't show us, but whatever.
But they're too easy in the Skull Monkey game. The Skull Monkeys. Remember that game for the PlayStation? It's the hardest game of all time. Not Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. Not.
Once you beat
I've never played Skull Monkey, so I can't agree with you, but I have played Ghosts and Goblins, and I've played Castlevania, and while Castlevania is not the hardest game in the world, I mean, I can beat it in under an hour. Ghosts and Goblins is definitely extremely difficult. And some people call Battletoads the hardest game of all time, and I've not played that game, but if he plays it, I wonder if he'll change his mind on Skull Monkeys being the hardest game of all time. He just needs to play some of these more retro NES games to change his mind on Skull Monkeys. I've never played Skull Monkeys, so I don't know how hard it really is, but well, let's just carry on. Although, all that I know is that it's not considered one of the hardest games of all time. So, there must be loads of other games that he hasn't played that are much harder than Skull Monkeys.
You get a key!
I mean, I'm sure if I played Skull Monkeys, I could beat it. I mean, I can beat Castlevania 1, and I can also beat Rayman, so I should be able to beat Skull Monkeys, although I'm not interested in buying Skull Monkeys, so yeah.
Right, once you get
no gremlins allowed in this one! But AJ always said that Attack of the Mutant Penguins in that Jaguar Part 2. He said that the keys, right? No, gremlins. Gremlins.
Don't worry, this is not Attack of the Mutant Penguins. You do not use gremlins to open things with keys.
First off, there's the CTR challenge, and I'll let Uka explain that to you.
Collect the letters C, T, and R on each track, and come in first place to win a CTR token. Beware, some letters are hard to find.
I'm too lazy to explain this stuff myself.
There's also Relic Races, which is exactly the same as it is in Crash 3. If you play Crash 3...
Okay, let's just talk about some beta stuff. Let's see,
And is he actually going to show us this beta stuff? Because if he's not, I'm skipping through it.
CTR... Crash Bandicoot. Building blocks. Crash. He has like a lot of scripts and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of script. Yeah.
Well, we can't read it, we can always look it up on the internet.
And also, if you want to go to the Crash Bandicoot Encyclopedia, if you consider to be, if you are smarter than Fat Pig from Angry Space.
Or, in other words, you.
Okay, you hate Angry Birds.
And me.
But Fat Pig is...
I keep telling you I don't hate Angry Birds, I just find it one of the most overrated games of all time, and it's just meh. Okay, maybe it does sound like I hate it. It's the only reason why I hate it is because of how popular it is. If it was just an average game which wasn't that popular, I can say it's okay and not hate it. But due to the fact that it's more popular than Nintendo was in the 80s, and more popular than Star Wars is, I don't even know what to say. That's why I hate Angry Birds. Not because it's a bad game, it's an okay game, but because of how popular it is. Seriously, 2 billion downloads! 2 billion downloads! Angry Birds does not deserve 2 billion downloads. It does not. The same way that Wii Sports does not deserve, like, 90 or 80 million copies out, however many copies it sold.
Funny character. Well, he's a funny...
Although Wii Sports is no longer the best-selling game of all time, that has to go with Tetris, because, you know, the mobile version came out, and that sold 100 million, which made Tetris the best-selling game of all time. It's currently sold 143 million units, and all of those are basically the NES, Game Boy, and mobile versions combined into one. And all the other versions of Tetris, I guess, altogether they sold under 1 million.
Boss in Angry Bird's space, but it might become back.
Then you should know exactly what to
Rip off to Diddy Kong Racing, Crash Team Racing, and Mario Kart because you're not a complete idiot. Sorry for saying idiots.
expect, but the only difference in cars. And if you haven't played Crash 3, then go see my review of Crash 3.
Even though it sucks.
Or if you play Ralph Cortex, you should also notice that they're exactly the same in Ralph Cortex as well.
And here's another interesting thing. In Jak X, the PS2 racing game made by Naughty Dog, there was a mode called Freeze Rally. And guess what? It was basically this game's time trials. Yep. And when I say they were the exact same. The only difference was that they replaced the 1, 2, 3 boxes with 2, 5, and 10 freezer thingies. But everything else was the beeping same. And I mean everything else. It was the same concept. In fact, if you got all of the freezers, the game took 10 seconds off. Just like this game. But I'm not complaining because they were both made by Naughty Dog and they're both amazing games. So, go play both of them. But unfortunately, Jak X never made it to Japan because Jak and Daxter wasn't very successful over there. But hey, there's Crash Bandicoot Racing, and that's in Japan, so yeah, we're not completely hopeless.
The only thing that I will mention is that if you collect...
By the way, if you know the Japanese name for Jak and Daxter, please tell me in the comments. Both the regular translation... No. Both the thing translated into letters and the actual translation from Japanese to English. That's something I want to know desperately.
All of the boxes in the track, the game will let you have 10 seconds less.
Yep, and that would also return in this. Both games are great, just go buy them. They're just amazing.
Which is awesome, and it will help you get some of the harder relics. Such a great feature that was added into this game.
But if you miss any, there's not really much point going back for them, especially if they're in the air.
I'm going to quickly mention that you save using these giant portals. It's annoying that there's no autosave, but whatever. It is a minor pain I have, but it's not major.
It's better than the Crash Nitro Kart saving system where you literally had to go to the pause menu and save the game. I literally didn't care for it. It was just annoying, and yeah, I just kept forgetting to save. But I did remember when I was about to quit the game, but I didn't save it as regularly as I do with CTR, because there's not just a thing you can go to. So let's just carry on.
But not compared to Skull Monkeys, if you put passwords right in that menu card, like instead of Rayman.
Is that why it's the hardest game of all time in your opinion? Because it uses passwords? Excuse me, but Ghosts and Goblins, you have to beat the game twice to see the real ending, and there's no save feature, and there's no passwords, and the game is incredibly difficult. 2 hits until you're dead. Too many enemies. Ugh. I've not played Skull Monkeys, but I hope he doesn't think it's the hardest game of all time just because it doesn't use a save feature. Because there are some games which don't even use a password feature.
You just use password and memory card of Mega Man Model, not Skull Monkeys, only passwords only. Yeah, what the heck, EA or DreamWorks Interactive during the late... I'm
going to mention that there's also battle arenas in the story mode where the goal is just to collect 20 power crystals in a certain amount.
That's how many power crystals Crash needs to destroy all of the elementals and Crash Bandicoot the Wrath of Cortex! Not counting the last 5 to beat them. Oh, Crash the Wrath of Cortex's story is awful now that I think about it. But the game is still fun. Let's just say that.
And if you collect all of them, you get a purple gem.
Yep, I did mean CTR token. I accidentally said gem, but I meant CTR token. That is just one thing that proves that my videos are unscripted.
Once you collect all of the gems of a certain colour, by the way, this is the blue gem cup, you have to race through a cup Mario Kart style, and if you win, you get a gem.
I'm just going to make a terrible game style. Mario Kart! Whoopa Mario Kart style! That's terrible. I'm never going to do that ever again. Never. That was dreadful. That was just awful. I just hope that I never do that again. Mario Kart style! I'm not going to do it again, I promise.
There are 5 different cups to take part in. The purple gem cup, however, is different from all the others. Instead of racing through the tracks that contain the coloured gems that you got to get to that cup, you have to race through all the tracks with all the bosses. And you even have
Because, you know, you got them in, like, the bonus arenas, and it wouldn't make much sense.
to race all the bosses who do not throw items like you do when it's your absolute house. And once you win one of those championships and win a gem, you unlock one of the bosses. I'd like to mention that once you win the purple gem cup, you unlock Fake Crash.
Nisagrashu! He makes the world worse. Especially with his giant teeth. And he is not on the box for Crash Bandicoot Racing, which sucks, but that's probably because he is an unlockable character and they didn't want any spoilers, so hey, whatever. Crash Bandicoot! Yeah, I like being random sometimes. And I know it's not funny, but whatever.
Kinda weird, but hey there, aka.
Well, people find PewDiePie funny, so I don't see why I can't do it.
A dark bag or D-bag if you, or T-bag. See it? This is the D-bag if you consider.
That is fake Crash. He looks odd. He's terrible. MikeyAngryBird's camera skills, especially when changing the directions, is like a 2-year-old's. Because he can't just show us the entire thing, but whatever. Oh, I'm just being way too harsh, I guess. I'm so sorry.
Or dirtbag. Yeah.
Actually, fake Crash was originally called Trash Bandicoot, and he was based on an unofficial Japanese Crash toy, or plush, whatever. And Naughty Dog just liked his design, so he made him a real thing. Well, they made him a real thing, Crash 3. And then they made him a playable character in Crash Team Racing. Crash Bandicoot.
Dirtbag if you said the word dirtbag, like, rather than, like, D-bag.
There's no more bosses after that except for Oxide, so I'll let it slide. Once you've collected all 16 trophies and all 4 keys, it's time to race Oxide. And then you find out that you need to find all 18 relics to race Oxide again and to finally save the world like he promised. He doesn't.
And in order to collect all of the relics, you need all of the gems. And you need all of the gems by collecting all of the CTR tokens. So, if you want to get the true ending, you basically need to beat the game 100%. There's no escaping from it. By the way, here's my Diddy Kong. And unlike MikeyAngryBird's Diddy Kong, he won't be in the background for randomness, but whatever.
Do that if you just got all the trophies, you need all the relics. And if you want all the relics, you also need all the tokens and all the gems. So, yeah, get everything. Once you collect 10 relics, you can race in Slide Coliseum, which makes you face another time challenge for another relic. And once you collect all 5 gems, you race in Turbo Track, which...
Now here's something I will mention. Turbo Track is lazy. It's just plain lazy. Why? Well, in case you don't know, practically every track in CTR looks different. Every track is original, it's unique, it's creative, it's good. Except in Slide Coliseum and Turbo Track. Turbo Track is basically Slide Coliseum, but with more boosters, different turns, and yeah. That is unoriginal, uncreative, and dumb. Bo! Dumbo! Oh, that's weird, but whatever. People find PewDiePie funny, so I don't care.
Once you win, we'll give you another relic of your fast dinner. Once you've collected all 18 relics, it's time to race Oxide again, and this time win!
And he can just keep using this weird face on you. He can no, I'm being wrong. He can't use this weird face on you anymore because he lost. Sorry, Oxide, but hey, whatever. There's a better picture in the, or better thingy of that in the manual, so I can show you that if you want. Okay, Oxide, he was doing this before, over you while you were racing, but now he can't because he lost. This is just genius. It's just plain genius. I like geniuses, they're cool. I guess.
Sorry, yeah, and that was a hot Bandicoot girl. Let's see. Oh, wait. And an idiot who said that hot girls are hot.
Win!
This.
Now, he says that idiots don't find girls hot. I don't know what he's talking about, but hey, idiots might not find any girls hot. They'll probably find their hands hot. As in, the regular type of hot. Not this type of hot. Or the hot that he's talking about.
Hot girl, you heard that? I'm not excited to double up the pickies of food you hate. Angry Birds that said Angry Birds is overrated. This is a hot Bandicoot girl.
Angry Birds is possibly one of the most overrated games of all time, along with Flappy Bird, Call of Duty, and Minecraft.
I'm not an idiot. I'm not a weird guy. Ah, thank you, man.
I used to love it when I go, It's just so sudden and random. And I just like hearing it. It's just so weird and stupid. It was a mistake, but it's just so interesting to hear every time.
And once you win, you unlock a scrapbook which has a glitchy right side and also
hot girl Bandicoot Tana.
Do not go on about how hot you think Tana is, or Torna, whatever. I actually called her Tana for once, that's weird. Go back to calling her Torna me.
Europeans got the shorter version of this, maybe.
And you want to know what the worst thing about the European version is? Do you? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes! They removed Japanese Crush You Bandicoot! Why? Sorry for that weird mental breakdown, but whatever.
Because the extra languages were filling up the space. Man, I hate space limitations.
And the worst thing is nothing. Okay, that is enough complaining, I will admit.
The game has a total of 18 tracks, and the good thing is that only 2 of them look similar to each other, and that's like...
And that is the worst bit about the tracks. 2 of them look similar to each other, but other than that, they're all different and original and creative, and yeah, that's cool.
Coliseum and Turbo Track, but even then, I could probably tell which one is which. All the tracks are really well designed and really
I don't care about the trolls, and I don't know if he's gonna skip them or not, so whatever.
Alright, let's skip it.
Yay! No, that wasn't good enough. Yay!
The items which are very simple. If you want to boost, first you need to hop.
I thought you wanted to skip the controls.
Like a Mario Kart. But then, you need to press the up.
Well, if he's gonna watch how to boost, I might as well skip that.
Now listen.
TDBEA, awesome!
Wait, what did he say? I want to try you spell that. I don't have a pen on me right now, but I can, like, get a blank piece of paper and write it down. So let's hear him say that again.
TDBEA, awesome!
I need to hear that again because I didn't get a chance to write that down.
TDBEA, awesome! Wow, that's blooming by the words. Because it's awesome.
Is that what you said before you wrote awesome? I need to hear that again.
Now listen. TDBEA, awesome!
This is what I think he said. That is what I think he said. To be awesome. What? I don't even get that.
What?
But maybe it's my fault for skipping over things.
Oh, that's blooming by the words. Because it's awesome graphics like Crash Bandicoot 2 Trilogy.
Game looks great. The textures look just fine for a PS1 game released in 1997. Characters look fine, even though I'm not a huge fan of how their faces look. And overall, the game just looks fine for a PS1 game released in 1999. It looks absolutely fine. I don't.
Same year as South Park. Bigger. No, cool. Well, you're just like a 14-year-old. You're not a. Maybe you didn't see it. Maybe it wasn't that violent. It has some swearing and some hard jokes, toilet humor, and some random stuff. This is 1 year.
Now he's just talking about random beep.
1 year before Chicken Run released in theaters on June 2000. That's also the 1 year before Medieval released. Yeah.
Oh my god, I did not get to know that my computer needed charging. Luckily I brought my charger over with me so, you know, I can charge this thing, but... Hey, that's lucky. But why are you just randomly mentioning Chicken Run? Why? I don't own Chicken Run, so I can't show you my copy, so... Ha ha!
And not, like, either carnivals that you released, like, let me see. I don't know, maybe released in 1998, I guess.
Any property graphics whatsoever. Wow! While Fly Coliseum and Turbo Track look the same, they are the only two tracks in the entire game that look remotely similar to each other.
Now that is a flaw. Two tracks look the same. But, that's it. That's just a minor flaw, and all the other tracks look different, which is a plus. It's just interesting.
Every other track looks different to each other, and that's a plus. Now let's talk about the music.
I guess they ran out of ideas, and Turbo Track was the last track they made. I guess.
The music, just like in Crash Bandicoot, is absolutely fantastic and one of the best soundtracks on the entire system. I just love this game's soundtrack, and I can't even name you one song which I don't like. Whoa!
Can you name me a song that you don't like, Mikey Angry Bird?
Tiny Arena, Fly Coliseum, and Turbo Track share the same song. That's still not a bad thing because all of the
Okay, it is kind of a bad thing, but it's a good song, so it's not 100% bad. It's just a bit lazy, that's all.
other tracks have amazing songs, and even these three tracks, while having the same song,
obviously going to beat out to it because I'm going to skip it no matter how much I like the song. That was annoying.
Now, like I meant...
Don't worry, I don't need to skip things.
There he goes.
Now, like I mentioned before, the only problems I have with this game are the lack of an autosave feature and the shorter version of the scrapbook mode in the PAL version.
I'm sorry if I destroyed any of your ears. I apologise a lot, but it's still awful that days were Okay, let's just watch more of this.
But everything else is just...
Oxide. Because the religion, he's gonna be a playable character, but removed because they come in broke in the game, and technically PlayStation 1 explodes. Then they have 1,000 cocktails on fire, they kill like Raymond and Crash Bandicoot, and then Godzilla rises, cats and dogs coming together. The oil spill could happen, poison frogs, eat people, get eaten alive by people, and they get poisoned, and then pirates could still alive, Titanic still alive, pigs and sharks coming together, Master Stadium.
Now I'm just going to make my own thing on what would happen when the apocalypse comes. Okay, so let's think. Frozen will become immortal. Elsa turns out to be a real person who's still alive, and she's a zombie. I end up marrying possibly one of the most annoying people I've ever met, and one of the cutest people I've met, and I'm stuck with them for the rest of my life. Snake! I have pet snakes! I have pet rhinos! I have pet dinosaurs! As in real dinosaurs! I have a hippo on my head! Wally comes to life! I end up dying by the elephants blowing their trunks up my nose! The world explodes because I farted too hard when I died, and that was pretty terrible, but whatever.
Perfect!
Thank you.
Just everything, and I mean everything!
It's a cute penguin! Here's a cute penguin.
It's not as cute as the penguin in Wrath Cortex, which reminds me of the one girl in my form, which annoys me so much, but she is kind of cute, so that's something.
The most important part of the dance game which makes it great, other than the tight controls, is how fun the game is. Seriously, the game is fast-paced, yet at the same time controls perfectly, so...
Okay, sometimes I wish that the turning was sharper, especially in tracks such as Papu Pyramid and the Dragon Mines, but the controls still work just as fine as they should, and yeah, it certainly controls a lot better than every other racing game I've played on the PS1.
Have such a great time with this game, and, well, it's just great. I love the game modes, I just love this game. It's just so great. Now, before we end this review, let's just have a quick look.
Looks like he put things. I don't know why. It looks like Diddy Kong teleported over there and it was getting him, I
And
guess.
the Japanese version of this game, which is called Crash Bandicoot Racing.
Oh, Crash You Bandicoot Racing! That was possibly better than that.
It's a different title, but it's not that different.
You're terrible at saying racing while trying to speak in a Japanese accent at the same time. We'll say it like a Japanese person, whatever.
It's a different
Okay, let's just see. Maybe that's your mom.
That's, what are you talking about?
Maybe that's your mom.
That is not my mom. My mom is like 50. That is my sister, and that is my other sister. That is not my mom. You silly boy. But hey, he didn't know, so I'll let it slide. But my mom is like 50, and she's not the biggest person in the world, and she's not the fittest person in the world.
Maybe that's your mom. Get it? That's your mom.
Or are you talking about my Christmas hat?
I got you. It's your mom. I got you, mom.
It's not my mom, it's both of them are my sisters.
Maybe that's your mom. Sorry.
It's my sisters.
Sorry, just to make that mom joke.
Title, but it's not that different.
Okay.
Just to let you know, I do not own the Japanese version of this game.
But now that has changed because I'm holding the Japanese version in my hands right now.
Even though
Now, 1 year later, you own it.
Yep, and here it is in all of its beautiful glory. Oh, I just love the Japanese boxes of Crash games. They're just so beautiful, especially the old Crash games.
Thank you.
up to, even though every PlayStation has region encoding for PS1 games, and all you're thinking, PS3 is region free, but not for PS1 games it isn't, and all of this footage is taken off of YouTube, so that's just a little message for now. First off, the intro sounds completely different.
And that's not just the Japanese, that's the actual song in the background.
It's just a packing, beeping.
Don't use the packing joke unless it's Pac-Man. You can say crashing, but not packing.
As in the music. And the obvious Japanese.
The beeping cat, crazy.
And the voices.
See that? And take a look at Crash's face.
Another difference in the Japanese version is the title screen. Not only Crash looks completely different in it.
Yep, he does look completely different because after all, this isn't Crash we're talking about, this is Crash Bandicoot we're talking about. Just look at him. Now how comes that face wasn't the thumbnail for the video? How come? That face is too bad. It's too good. So bad it's good. It's too bad. That is just so amazing. That face is amazing. I hate seeing stupid looking thumbnails. They're just so interesting to look at. I used to have a terrible thumbnail for my second Q&A video. I mean, terrible. But that's why I changed it. But my laptop has not acknowledged I've changed it. I just want to put this thingy in. Just so that, you know, I can take a screen capture of that on my iPod.
But also, the artwork is different,
And don't forget about the cute music in the background.
Japanese music, as in a different song. Yeah, a cool song in the background. That's only in this version of the game.
He likes the music.
I've said it enough now. Some of the characters have different icons to appeal to the Japanese market.
They're different.
Was intended.
Are you kidding me?
But this isn't every character. These are all the characters that had their icons changed in the Japanese version.
Okay, now here's an interesting thing I just found out on the back of the box. Now, there are actually like 2 screenshots which show you like the game's HUD, not including this one. There's this one which shows like the final Japanese version, you know, like the Japanese faces and all. I know you can't see, but whatever. But this photo right here, this is actually from the game's beta, because it has an early beta photo of Crash and Polo. I know you can't see it because it's not that clear, but it's the beta photos for them, while on this photo it's the final version with the Japanese faces. But this one has the beta faces. It's just weird. Why can't you just put all of the things from the final version and from your localized version? You did it with this thing, so why not this thing? If you actually buy the Japanese version, which you can on eBay, I mean, it's not hard to find, and it's not the most expensive game online. I mean, I got my copy for £12, along with Crash Bandicoot 3 plus the shipping. So, yeah. And most singular copies will cost the same amount. But, hey, whatever.
Also, Ripperoo now speaks in Japanese and not in his laughing language, so there's no...
What the fuck?
Now, here's an interesting thing. In the beta version of Crash Team Racing, Ripperoo was originally going to speak in English, but then it was changed to the final version. And then when they were translating the game into Japanese, they gave him a voice again. But it was a different voice in Japanese, but whatever.
In the beta, he's originally meant to have a voice in the American version, but cut down, maybe they have those, like, problems. Like, then they bring, like, just infamous laugh.
More subtitles for this, since he's actually speaking in Japanese.
But even if there were subtitles for the Japanese version, and if he was laughing, it would make a total of 0% more sense. Actually, even make a bit less sense. Because I only know a few of the Japanese thingies, as in their kanji/katakana writing thingy.
There could have been Japanese subtitles for people who can't hear.
Maybe they come in, like, a different version.
Other changes are that the TNT crates now have oil on the sides of them and not TNT. That's kind of an odd change to the Japanese versions of the games.
But it's there. Maybe Japanese people don't understand what TNT means. Plus, I don't know if it's meant to be either oil or a bomb. But I do own quite a few Japanese Crash games now, but I still can't tell if it's oil or a bomb. Wait, it's a bomb. It's a bomb. I remember now. It's a beeping bomb. In fact, I can even look at this manual to prove to you that it's a bomb. In fact, it's even on the case. It's probably hard to see, but it's right here, and it's most definitely a bomb. It is so obviously a bomb. It's not oil, it's a bomb. And if that wasn't clear enough, it should be somewhere in the Japanese manual. I'm just finding where the power-ups are, I guess. It's a bomb. That is most definitely a beeping bomb. It's not oil, it's a bomb. How could I make such a stupid mistake? It's so obviously a beeping bomb. Yeah, I said it was oil. I'm an idiot sometimes.
There are Whompers in the arcade races to show how hard the tracks are. And also there is this pretty cool bonus video which is only in the Japanese version. It's pretty crazy. Have a listen to it.
But if you want to have a full listen to it, it's at the end of the video.
Well, and we also get to see how much the Japanese version of Crash's eyes look like a black version of Pac-Man.
And that's not me being racist in any way, shape, or form.
It's also, he's staring at your soul. He's staring at you. Wants to eat your soul. Or he is a devil himself.
Are you saying that Crushy wants to eat our soul, or Pac-Man wants to eat our souls? I still don't get souls.
And Diddy Kong don't like it. He's gonna get killed. And Diddy Kong is dead.
I wonder what my Diddy Kong thinks of it. Oh, Diddy! What do you think of Crash, you and his giant pack eyes? What do you think of them? So it turns out that my Diddy Kong agrees with this Diddy Kong.
Rest in peace, Diddy Kong. Just kidding. It's just a plush toy. Thank you.
Yeah. The Japanese version also added a boost gauge, which is right there. It's also in the non-Japanese versions, but you need a cheat in the non-Japanese versions. Yeah. In the non-Japanese versions, if you want to have that boost counter, you need to input a code, but you don't need to in the Japanese version. It's there automatically.
Japanese voice.
Oh, and one last change is that the CTR letters change to CBR mainly because of the game's name change. And by the way, I prefer the CTR way more than CBR because it sounds a lot better. But that's just my opinion, guys.
Okay. Here's his rank, Diddy Kong.
Overall, CTR is a great game. Home. Almost everything about it is great.
It's so dark in here. See this? It's dark.
Yep, it is dark. The main source of lights were meant to be the Christmas tree lights, but it obviously didn't work as well as I hoped it would.
Because it's dark. It's dark.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Because he's cool and broken, and then the volcano erupted. Poison falls, then eaten by people get poisoned. Alligators and pigs. Dogs and cats come together. Penguins get killed by what?
I end up marrying the most annoying girl in my phone, yet somehow the cutest, and I end up eating every single one of my games. Then I have sex with my PS2. Then my GameCube eats me. Then my PS1 eats my GameCube. Then Buzz Lightyear destroys my PS1, and then the world explodes, and then. That sounded disgusting, especially the part where the PS2 was sexed with me. But, just pretend I never said that.
What's the matter?
Yeah, and he didn't even cut this bit out.
What?
Yeah, Michael, your mother wants you. She wants you to do something. I guess she wants you to let your dog out or some beep like that, but I don't know.
Okay.
Game is still great. Ho, ho, ho. I give this game an A.
No, I give it an A+. I regret making A. This game is an instant A+, and go buy it now. I don't care what version you buy, just buy it.
That's right, an A.
Thank you.
An A+. You can decide whether this game is an A or an A+. I just go into kind of between.
I go with A+.
A.
Is this your favourite game of all time? Oh, what? Unless he doesn't do the same thing with the S's like me. You're such a beeping hypocrite! You do realise that he's calling it his... Yep. I knew that I'd have to use that joke one point down the line.
Game
Special.
I may not know exactly what to rate it, but overall it's still a good game. And definitely put this game.
An S. He has an S+. Now, is that rating his... or for his or for his... Because, you know, I'm a bit beeping interested.
Game on your Christmas list if you haven't done it already.
Or get it and
I definitely know the Japanese.
Yes, but it was Christmas when I made this video, so I had to say put it on your Christmas list. And I wonder how many kids put this game on their Christmas list back in 1999.
PS2 my Christmas
there, PS2 is there, then PS3 still alive, PS4 is still alive,
But anyway, Merry Christmas! I hope you enjoyed this Christmas festive review, even though it was not on a Christmassy day. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and leave some requests in the comments. This is Big Bang Bot Claus signing out. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, guys. Have a wonderful, happy, joyous Christmas and New Year.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the Japanese video. So, let's talk about it.
Now, I'm just going to add it on to the end, but let's just see and watch this.
That was an angry Star Wars sermon. Yeah, okay, let's just talk about it.
He doesn't watch the rest, okay.
Yeah, awesome review.
Now he's just going to say what he thinks of it.
Because I pretty agree with him. That was an angry Star Wars sermon since he's only have English sermon. I don't watch it. Because plushes are becoming like a popularity to kids. And
I'm not being mean or anything, but I would kind of like if you turn that bit of music a bit lower down.
every student's always been an English fan, and also college people, some people wear English shirts. Yeah, if you're not an English fan, maybe you're not a bully. You're not angry piggy. Yeah, and also the movie has turned to July weekend 2016. And also, take a look at the beautiful sunset. Do you see a beautiful way that the sun looks like? Yeah. And also, Shop is just chilling. He's just chilling. Take a look. Proceed if you...
I don't care, let's just hope that he goes back to his opinions on the review.
Shop is just chilling. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Because you're not in this one, and also, next will be completely, like, let me see, a dummy Michelangelo plush from that Ninja Turtles 2013.
So what are you gonna do for your next reaction video? What are you gonna do? When are you gonna make your top 10 favorite Chinese tutorial reviews? These are questions I want to know the answers for.
2012 series. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. What have you done today? Ow! What are you doing?
Now he's just being weird. Yeah, I totally wanted to see him break him. Oh, now he's showing us his thingy. I don't want to see your thingy.
See? Dead like
I guess that he's just going to break the rest of his toys at the end.
God, it's great. Yeah, so that's amazing. So, I was destroyed today.
Totally funny. That's like the funniest thing ever. Even PewDiePie isn't as funny as that. And I can still see your thingy. Ew. By the way, I'm being 100% sarcastic. Not even PewDiePie is funny.
Yeah, I would like to do a top 10 best of Big Bang Bots. No, top 10 best giant exploded robot review clip.
Yay! Hallelujah! 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 Yeah!
Excuse me. Top 10. My top 10? God, it's great. Yeah, so that's amazing. So,
is that your girlfriend calling you? Is it? Be honest with me.
Well, guys, I'm gonna see you. So, yeah, great video. So, bye. Bye-bye. Hugs and kisses? Love you.
No! Beep no!
Yeah. Love ya. Love ya.
Anyway, it's over. As for my thoughts, it wasn't the best one he's made, but hey, it was good enough, I guess. I'm just gonna give it a solid like. I enjoyed it. I mean, there were some decent moments, and while he was still doing weird things and stuff like that, I still had fun making this, and overall, I still enjoyed the video, and yeah. While there are still some problems with it, I mean, he didn't go into full detail on what he thought of this review, but hopefully he'll do that in his top 10 favourite giant exploding robot reviews list, and I won't be surprised if I see this game in here, because my reviews keep getting better and better each time, for the most part. And overall, this was enjoyable. I liked it, and I just gave it a like, and it was enjoyable. He did do some stupid things, but overall, I enjoyed it. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. This is a Big Bang Bot signing out.